This is a video to learn how to do the hybrid lizard. You're going to open up this lizard and we're going to add the head of a hippo. Just going to give you a couple of notes that you know where a couple things are since I'll be gone on Friday. You place the hippo on top of the document and here's his head. And obviously you can move it around and you can change it and you can resize it. This is a smart object, so as you know, once you've resized it, it can be sized up and down as much as you want until it's no longer a smart object. So we'll put it in here and we'll place it. I'm just going to do a rough cut right now. You'll see it's a smart object, which means we have to rasterize it. Once it's rasterized, we need this hippo to be this color. What part that we're going to learn today is to use an image adjustment. When we click that, we want to choose color balance. Color balance will allow you to change the colors that are showing. For instance, we can put in certain numbers here, and that's going to allow us to kind of come up to a shade of green that we're looking for. Your instructions will tell you to change the shadows, the midtones, and the highlights, and you'll need to do that. As you can see, everything is highlighted. Well, that's a problem because we don't want everything green. So instead, we want to clip this color, the green, to the hippo's head, which is in here. So you right-click and choose Create Clipping Mask. Now we've got a green hippo head. The second thing we're going to have to do is mask some of this out. So we're going to use the masking tool. We're going to put it on our hippo, and we're going to get rid of some of this. Now you'll notice that the opacity is set to 56. So that means it's very gently taking it out. You have to click in a couple of spots, and that is designed in order to blend more smoothly. So you would do that all along here. You'd fix that, you'd fix this area, etc. You're also going to want to remember that there's a brush option, and you want to choose a fuzzy brush, and you want to change, the hardness, the softness, the size here. Then you could change the opacity and the flow, determining how much you erase at any time. You can see that we got a little lizard sticking out here, and the skin of the hippo is not the same. So we want to go back to our background layer. We want to use the clone stamp tool. The clone stamp tool allows you to press Alt, click a spot, and then you can paint wherever you want it to go. But don't paint in the background layer. Always make a new layer and move it up. So now we can paint on here, and we see we've gone a little far now. We don't need all of that. We can paint down here. You can always go back to your background, click again if it gets a little out of control, and paint some more, but paint in the right layer. So you've got some skin here, but it doesn't look real. We've also got this white we accidentally brought in. That means we also need to mask this layer. We've got our black, we can change it to a brush, and we can erase this part that we didn't really mean. You also can take this down really low and just ever so slightly get rid of some of what you put on there until it blends in with everything else. We might take a little more off right there. So it's coming out, we're getting things, it's coming. Now we're getting some skin to match this skin. Obviously, you're going to need to go back and forth and clean up spots like this, change spots, bring this back a little better. You're also going to want this ear doesn't look right, so we want to erase right in there and get rid of that completely so that the skin looks like it's been on there. Obviously, you're going to have to change some colors. This is just a quick cut. But in the end, you should have a lizard that blends perfectly here and here, so you'd have to do some work on that. You're going to also use the clone stamp tool to get rid of this. You're going to go over here and get some rocks. Press that. New layer. Always a new layer. And then you bring those rocks in. We also have an issue, that doesn't make sense, also have an issue with this mouth should not be green. We know that that's on the hippo head. Okay, so you think, well, I'll just go here and mask it. If you do that, this will erase. Instead, go up one to the color balance, because what we really want to erase is the color green there. So now if we come in here, okay, it would help if I use the brush. Now if we come in here, we can take our opacity up some. We can get rid of this green, and we can bring back the true colors of the teeth and the true colors of the inside of the mouth. This is not a perfect representation. This is just designed to give you an idea that you're going to need to use the color balance tool, the mask tool, and the clone stamp. Thank you.